Guys, Litecoin is doing something absolutely insane right now, and I have to show you, because once I show you what I'm about to show you, you're going to realize what a massive run-up we're about to have in Litecoin based on the chart and based on the pattern in front of us. So check this out. Look at the chart right now in front of you. Where have you seen this pattern before, guys? I know if you truly study the market and you've been following this channel, you just might notice where you've seen this before. And if you don't see it, I'm about to show you. So this Litecoin domination versus Bitcoin, right? Over the last 6 months, if you held Litecoin instead of Bitcoin, you literally tripled your Bitcoin, because that's how much Litecoin is outperforming Bitcoin. You'd get that much more Bitcoin. But basically, it's been outperforming and destroying Bitcoin now. And now, if you go back and you recall this bottom call I made in the Monero versus Bitcoin chart, right? You had a 4-year downtrend, double bottom, and then, guys, this is where the magic begins. Check this out. When we zoom in, you're going to notice this same exact pattern that you're seeing in Litecoin right here. We had it in Monero. Look at this, look at this. Boom, okay, to top number 1. Okay, then go back to Litecoin. You have boom, to top number 1. Then you have this deep pullback. Then you have this deep pullback. Like, that's a deep pullback right there, right? Okay, deep pullback. Go up to top number 2, which is slightly lower than that first top. Okay, go up to top number 2, which is slightly lower than that first top. You come down for a deep pullback. You come down for a deep pullback, and it's going to be higher than that first pullback. Okay, look at this. This is insane, guys. So we have the same exact pattern repeating in Litecoin versus Bitcoin that Monero did, and look what happened to Monero after this pattern. It went on to absolutely murder Bitcoin in performance. It went up double versus Bitcoin, right? You need to understand XMR divided by Bitcoin, meaning if Monero went up 89% versus Bitcoin, that means you literally doubled your Bitcoin by holding Monero. So Monero outperformed Bitcoin by 2x. And if we see this similar pattern repeat, which I believe we will, then expect an absolute joyride in the Litecoin performance here over the next 6 months, just like we saw for Monero over Bitcoin. Once you set that bottom on this leg down, you went on for 7 months here of just dominating. And so here I expect the same exact thing to happen. Once we set this little bottom here, I'm expecting, 7 months, 210 days, something similar to, that Monero chart of destruction, at least against Bitcoin. So that is what I'm seeing. Now, you need to understand that if Litecoin doubles the performance of Bitcoin, this can go both ways. So for example, let's say Bitcoin drops 50%, right? And I'm just saying 50%, so we have a nice whole number. I don't think we're going to 10K, right? I'm just giving you an example. So remember, if Litecoin doubles the performance of Bitcoin, that means if Bitcoin drops 50%, Litecoin is going to drop 25% if it maintains that double performance. So that's a very powerful thing, right? Let's do a different number. I don't want to say 10K because that's way too much, right? But let's say, Bitcoin dropped 26%, right, down to 15K. You need to understand Litecoin would then only drop around 13% most likely, right? Because it's doubling the performance of Bitcoin, meaning look at your downside on Litecoin. It could go down to like $78 even if Bitcoin went all the way down to 15K. And this is what I was telling you about Monero, right? Because remember with Monero, I called the bottom for Monero a long, long time ago. I told you guys, even if Bitcoin goes down to 15K, 10K, however low it goes, because Monero is doubling that performance of Bitcoin, right? I told you this is going to be the bottom, and I don't see Monero going below that ever again. And so that call has proved to be right so far. And so I'm telling you, 1, this is the bottom in Litecoin. I guarantee it, bro. All right? So 1, that's your bottom. 2, if we're going to double the price performance of Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin went down to 15K, for example, I still see it being a pretty hard time getting below, $70. And then you look at the uptrend, here, and then you look at the uptrend in the LTC BTC pair, and you just realize this is a formula for success and absolute, beauty right here. So uptrend in the Litecoin versus Bitcoin chart, uptrend in the Litecoin over USD chart, okay? And so you need to understand that if Bitcoin starts to fall off, Litecoin is not going to fall off nearly as hard, in my opinion. So this is a key thing I want to point out. So I expect Litecoin to go on, just continue its face melting run in 2023 versus Bitcoin. And now you see the pattern. Now you see why. And so we get episode 2 of our Monero run, but just on Litecoin. So I love it. So guys, I hope this video helps you. And actually, last thing, obviously we did long the bottom in Bitcoin, literally at 16,800, 16,800, and you can see up 800% on my small positions. And then obviously you guys know I made 102,000. Actually, no, that's not true. 5.6 Bitcoin is 118K. Since I got paid in Bitcoin on my trade, you can see for yourself. Well, also I made $12,000 on this Ethereum trade right here. But on top of that, I made 5.6 Bitcoin longing right here. 5.6 Bitcoin, like I said, guys, is $118,000. So I made $118,000 on my Bitcoin long. I made $12,000 on my Ethereum long. And I made over here on the small accounts, half a Bitcoin is it's $10,000, and I made over here another 0.3, another 7,000. So guys, we're up like $145,000 to begin 2023 on our first trades. So I want to congratulate everyone, because I know it was probably hard to have faith in my call down there, right? Because look at where we longed, literally the bottom right there. And so I know everyone was bearish. Everyone was saying we're going to 10K here next. And so, obviously they were completely wrong and we were right. But obviously I know it took faith and courage for you to trust in me and in my call when everyone was bearish, for me to call that pump. So congratulations to you for having a mind of your own and realizing, okay, there's all these people that are bearish and then Alex is bullish. And to make that decision, I'm going with Alex here and I'm getting bullish. That paid off tremendously. So congratulations to freaking everyone who followed me into the longs, into the bull side here. It was truly an awesome thing. So that's how you do it. $145,000 in profit to begin the year, just on the trading side, not even from the long-term investment side of the coins we're holding, like Monero, like Litecoin. So I continue to stay a massive bull on Litecoin here overall. Even if Bitcoin dropped to 15K, I don't see Litecoin dropping that much. Does that make sense? So it's truly the year of Litecoin. Buy as much Litecoin as you can, in my opinion, in 2023, because even if Bitcoin falls off, I don't see Litecoin falling much further, because it has that 2x ratio versus Bitcoin in price performance. So it's going to be a massive year. And the final thing I want to point out, guys, besides the 145,000 in profit we're up to begin the year, is the weekly chart on Litecoin. All your EMAs are about to cross up on Litecoin. This is super bullish, and in my opinion, this chart literally shows us that Litecoin can go to like 170 to $200 within a short period of time, just because that's how strong this weekly chart really is. This is seriously, this is such a powerful weekly chart. Now we have this resistance right here that's going to be hit at around $90, $93. So maybe we can pull back a little in the short term, but overall, this is an uptrending train and beast in motion, and it's going to be very hard to stop it, especially when it has that 2x ratio over Bitcoin. So guys, any dips, you got to take advantage of them in Litecoin. I do think we're going to see Litecoin go out to $180 to $200, and maybe not right away, right? Maybe the market gets slow again, right? But ultimately, like I was calling for, I told you that I believe this was the bottom. And if it's not the bottom exactly right at 16K, that okay, see, this is why I was so bullish, right? It's because even if this was not the exact bottom, I knew that, hey, if we come any lower, it's not going to be much lower. And so now you need to understand, especially now that we got this bounce to 20K, the probability of getting to 7K, 6K, 3K, 8K, like so many people were calling for, is that much lower. Okay, it's actually far more likely, now that you get this massive bounce, that if we were to come back down, I think people will be more antsy to get in the market if you did come back down, right? Because right now everyone's sitting here thinking, oh my God, What if it is the bottom? Oh, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I buy at 16K like Alex told me it was the bottom, right? So now everyone who's missing out is dying to get back in, and that's why if you start to go back down, right, everyone who feels like they're missing out on the bottom right now is going to be like, oh my God, thank God I'm getting in. I'm getting my entry into the market, right? So that's why I believe it just makes the bottom case even more bullish for us to not go down to 10K, 8K, 9K, 7K, 3K, like some of you were saying. So yeah, that whole FOMO perspective, people are dying now to get into the market. And so now if we get an opportunity lower, I think a lot of people are going to take it much more seriously and hop on it, leading to a very difficult time to actually going lower. Does it make sense? That's my opinion. So yeah, guys, like I told you, I call this the bottom, and that the reason I was so happy and confident to do that is because even if we were to go lower than that, we're not going to go much lower than that. And so, okay, this is the bottom, give or take. Even in the worst case, if we did go back down, like what? It's the bottom, give or take 12%, 18%. Like that's nothing, you see, and that's why that was such an epic bottom call, guys. It's truly sad that the YouTube algorithm didn't really recommend that to people, and so many people could have made so much more money, and instead people literally got slaughtered, being bearish and shorting the market. Whereas here at Crash Trading, first trade of the year, $102,000 profit on Bitcoin, which is actually $118,000 profit because 5.6 Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin price went up. That's now $118,000 plus the other trades we have open from the bottom, like 7,000, 10,000. And it's just, I feel bad that more people couldn't have seen my bottom call. And I was as cocky as it gets, man. And you really can't make this up, man. I told you guys. I shorted the top at 69K. Now I long the bottom at 16K. I want to thank myself for my unprecedented predictive abilities. I also want to say thank you to all the fools at 69K and 16K who had to be wrong so that I could be right. This wouldn't be possible without you. I said that on January the freaking 6th. Guys, do you know where January the 6th was? And it's insane. Like, how did this not blow up more? Instead, the people that are blowing up are the people that are wrong. And I mean, their accounts are literally blowing up. Their money is blowing up. They're losing all their money, and they're losing their followers all their money. And, their followers are blowing up and going up too. It just doesn't make sense. Look, January the 6th was right here, guys, when I called the bottom. January the 6th, right here, January 6th, I made this tweet saying I longed the bottom at 16K after I shorted the top at 69K. Guys, this is unheard of. Like, you've never seen anyone do that, Literally, guys, I shorted the top at 69K and I longed the bottom at 16K. We've never seen this before. You've never seen someone literally short the top and literally long the bottom. And I called it the day I did it. What the fuck? Guys, it's truly insane. So, congrats on all the gains. I'm so happy for everyone who followed me into this, and man, it's truly an amazing start to the year. But guys, I'm telling you, the outperformance that Litecoin is doing is not over, and it's gonna get better. Okay, and so realize we're making this leg down, but as soon as this leg down is over, get ready. It's gonna be a party, and I think Litecoin is gonna absolutely melt faces. Okay, so I want to take a look at the measurements from this second leg down that Monero had over Bitcoin. It was a 28% underperformance in 24 days. So if we saw something similar, guys, so really what's the percentage from this low to that low is 13%. So if we go by that, 13% higher, bam, baby, we're right there. Okay, so I'm gonna say between 0.42 and 0.39, you're going to see Litecoin versus Bitcoin bottom, and this shit's going to rocket from there. So basically, guys, you got one job, is be bullish on Litecoin over Bitcoin. Don't hold Bitcoin, hold Litecoin for at least the next 6 months here, at least. And this is going to be one hell of a show. So I hope this helps you make a shitload of money. So obviously it's already an insane start to the year. Already in the first 2 weeks we've made $150,000, not from holding coins, like investing in coins, no, just from trading. Okay, so trading P&L already up to 150K this year. But here's the exciting thing, man, is literally within the first 2 to 3 months of this year, we could already be up over 300K in our trading performance if we focus, guys. You see, you have to focus on the big picture. And so we're going to be playing this big picture move right here, We're going to be focusing on Litecoin. If I do that over the next month or two, I'm pretty damn sure I can start this year off, just from trading profits alone, between $300,000 to $500,000. But I got to be smart and I got to be on point and I got to pay attention to the overall theme and pattern in front of us that we've seen happen in Monero. So this is my plan. Like I said, up $150,000 to start the year in trading profits. But I think if we capture this move in Litecoin, if we capture this outperformance versus Bitcoin, I think we're going to literally start this year off up 300K, 500K in the next couple months just from trading profits alone. So if you want to take part in that, guys, you could join the alerts, which are completely free to join, because in 2023 I opened it up for completely free to everyone because I thought it was the bottom and I wanted to help and I wanted everyone to be able to join, especially since the market has been slow. So literally anybody can join my Telegram for completely free. The only thing is, dude, I have so many emails of people trying to join the alerts right now for free, and I can only answer 15 emails a day until I set up a custom email server where I can answer unlimited, because I'm using Proton Mail email service, and every time I answer over 15 emails, it thinks I'm like spamming or something. And so basically, right now I can only accept like 15 people a day until I set up this custom email server. So that's the only thing that sucks right now. But basically, you can literally see our trade alerts when we long the bottom. So first, going into the week, I told everyone, here's our Solana short entries, set the limit orders above. And then what I told everyone is cancel those Solana limit orders. Go long on Bitcoin. Stop loss 16,650. I'm risking 0.78 Bitcoin, which is $12,000. And I told everyone, I don't see why we can't pump to 17,400 plus. Charts just started screaming at me. Holy shit, it's been a while since I felt this in the market. It feels like I'm actually trading again. And I saw it, and I called this out right here. Look at that risk to reward, guys. And that stop loss was never touched. It was never hit. And I told everyone, maybe I've gone absolutely crazy, but something about right now hits different. Regardless, I'm risking $12,000. And then right here, I told everyone, taking profit on half at 28,000, taking quarter profit at 60,000, locking in the rest at 107K. I'm kicking out everyone who's bearish. You're not allowed in here anymore if you're a bear. Now, obviously, I didn't take profit at 28,000 or 60K or 107K. I ended up locking in 102,000 already in gains, and I closed out. I had to take those profits. So, yeah. Guys, it was crazy. That's how we longed the bottom. And I told everyone, guys, I literally told everyone, about 14 months ago, I shorted the top at 69K with $100,000 on 10x leverage. Today, I longed the bottom, 30K on 44x leverage. So $1 million short at the top and a $1.2 million long at the bottom. They say you can't short tops and buy bottoms, but they didn't know that I existed. Nobody in history has ever done it like this. Guys, I call this on January the 6th. I talked this shit. Okay, only 157 people in the world get to witness this here live. Thank you for being here with me, dude. This is unbelievable. Like, looking back on this, even to myself, seeing how I was so confident that this was the bottom. Like, I even shocked myself. How did I call this? Like, how did I have the confidence? How did my body literally know that it was the bottom at that moment? I just knew it, and I told everyone that. And it's not like other people and channels who tell you maybe we can go up, maybe we can go down, but maybe we could go sideways, or maybe it's the bottom, or maybe it's the top. No, like I literally told everyone, it's the fucking bottom. Okay, and I live streamed it, guys. My videos are on the channel, and that's how we made over $150,000. I look up 110K currently. This is a good level to be locking in some profits. Ultimately, we should break it. We lock in the profits. We make 5.6 Bitcoin on that main trade. It's first trade of the year over 102K profit. Probably about to have been a 600K profit, which is true. If I would have held this trade, we'd be up over $300,000 right now. Obviously, I'm hodling the other tiny positions on the two other accounts, on this one right here and this one from the bottom, right? And the thing about these is these are such small positions, right? I only put $1,000 into these positions, so that way I literally can hold this from the bottom to the next top is the goal, right? Is like, if we topped out at 107K, well, I long the bottom, so I don't have to worry anymore, right? I can just hold that up to 107K. That's the goal of these small longs here. Okay, guys, so anyways, if you want to join the alerts, first link down below this video to get in. Remember, I can only accept like 15 people in a day right now. So basically, whoever has the biggest trading account gets priority and gets in first. So put in the subject of the email, I got a $30,000 trading account. Obviously, when you go through the link, it'll show you the steps to get in for completely free. But basically, you need to send us your BitGet user ID, your Telegram user ID from the Telegram bot. So basically, just go click the link down below to follow the steps to get in for completely free, and I'll see you in there. Let's start off this year with 300 to 500K in profit, and we're going to focus on the big picture. We're going to focus on Litecoin versus Bitcoin. I think this is going to be the key to an incredibly successful 2023. And yeah, it's going to be amazing, guys. I hope this helps you. I'll see you later. Bye.